Hello, welcome to the University of Law. This is yet another video where I kind of go through and look at the special features on a Doctor Who The Collection set. And I'm doing it in order of release. And this is Doctor Who The Collection Season 19, which came out in late 2018. It was the first set I got straight away. And I'm so glad I did. I was just blown away with the packaging and the restoration on it. So first of all, this is a review of the special features exclusive to Blu-ray. I'm not talking about the DVD features simply because this, I'm assuming that many of you will have the DVDs already, and this is really about how is this worth the upgrade, which I feel it is. So first of all, big special feature is the fact that they've all been newly remastered for Blu-ray. As I always mention on these videos, obviously there's less compression on a Blu-ray disc. There's a chance to apply kind of everything they learnt on the DVD range to kind of do this final ultimate version. The thing with Season 19 is that many of the film elements survive, which means they can be scanned in HD. So much of this set is in HD. I mean, most of Black Orchid is a HD story. So you are watching a film. It's like watching a Star Trek restoration. It is HD. It's never looked as good as this, and that's not me overstating. It hasn't. This isn't simply restoring it to the way it was on television back in the original transmission. This is better than it ever looked. And to watch a story like Earthshock here, where you're watching film elements with new CGI and new sound mixes, is incredible. It is. You are watching new productions here. And this is the best it's ever looked. This is the ultimate. This is Doctor Who The Collection. This is collected the ultimate version of these stories. So it's an 8-disc set. So I'm going to go through disc by disc. So let's start with, if I can, I go through the booklet, and there we go. Yeah, I go through the booklet, and I just go disc by disc, and I talk through the extras that are on there. So obviously they come in these lovely booklets, only the limited editions, which unfortunately, unless you go on eBay and get it secondhand, these aren't produced new anymore. You can get these slimmer standard edition, which is great because it is slimmer. You'll fit more of these sets on your shelf, but you don't get as informative a booklet. And I do honestly read these cover to cover. They are fantastic. So let's start with this one, which is Castrovalva. I love this story anyway, but again, this isn't. I'm not reviewing the stories here. I've done that separately on the channel. This is about the special features. So there's a brand new info text track on here, which I haven't watched, but from the ones I have seen, they are full of nuggets that you just don't get anywhere else, because there's only so much that you can say in a commentary or in a documentary, and often there's voices perhaps that have passed away who can't be on the commentaries, can't be in the documentaries, but did contribute to Doctor Who magazine interviews, and you can include stuff like that here. So they are fantastic. You can listen to the isolated music track, which is really good. There's some great 80s music from the time, kind of hearing it. I love especially the opening of Castrovalva. There's some great music in that kind of ambulance escape scene, which I absolutely love. The big pull of this disc is the new CGI, which I thought, why does Castrovalva need new CGI? And while it didn't, it is a fantastic addition, and I would recommend. And again, as I often say, I won't be watching it without that anymore. Obviously, there's got all the legacy features. They've got deleted scenes on here. We have got obviously things like his Peter Davison's appearances on Blue Peter, Pebble Mill at 1, Saturday Night at the Mill, Lord Mayor's Show Parade, and Swap Shop. So again, the great thing with the 80s is that there was a lot more publicity, especially with John Nathan Turner, but also the fact that that was more of a thing going into modern times with breakfast shows, etc. And of course, there's more people were able to record off air. So a lot of this is fan material. We've got BBC continuity announcements. In HD scanned in, we've got the clean opening and closing title scanned from the original film. So we've got HD there. The theme music video, which I think was from the DVD. HD photo gallery. They've scanned photographs. Some of it is new material. Not everything is here from the original DVDs, but there's certainly a wonderful highlight collection of images in wonderful sparkling HD. Again, as with all these discs, there's a written archive, which is kind of material that's been scanned in. So if you pop your disc into your laptop or computer disk drive, or if you have an external one, you can look at all this production material, radio times, etc. And there's also the original DVD trailer for Four to Doomsday. The DVDs weren't released in chronological order. However, they've put them at the end of a story now, so that you can kind of, a little bit with the modern series, you can kind of see what's coming up next. There's Behind the Sofas, which is where cast and crew, both from the time but also from other eras, get to watch these stories, clips from this story, and react to them. A little bit like Gogglebox. deleted scenes, I think I mentioned. The most exciting thing here, though, is the raw material from the recording sessions. So, again, the benefit of having Blu-rays, you've got a bigger disc. You're often, 3, if not 6 times the space on a Blu-ray disc, depending on what disc you use for DVD or Blu-ray. And what that means is there's far more space on there for extra things. So rather than a highlight reel of studio footage or not including it at all, you can now just sit back and watch the actors find the characters, the directors work on it, and see alternative takes and see how these stories came to life. More so than a documentary, you're actually watching it live happen, these stories unfold. So disc 2 is 4 to Doomsday. So again, we've got all the kind of carryover material, and then as I said, the big benefit of these Blu-rays is you're getting HD photo galleries, you're getting continuity announcements from the DVD. But then again, it's the studio footage, which is most exciting here, because this was his first story to be recorded, so you're actually seeing Peter Davison finding his character, the Doctor, for the first time. You can watch the highlights from the DVD, I believe, or you can watch the unedited tape. So it's a wonderful chance to watch the studio footage, and of course it was completely studio bound, this story, so to watch that is just fantastic. And of course, audio archive, we've got an interview with Stratford Johns, who played Monarch, which I don't believe was available previously, so it's fantastic to have these extra voices and archive recordings, which weren't previously released, at least on DVD. Maybe they were on CD, but not on DVD. We've got Kinder, which has a wonderful 5.1 surround sound mix. Again, once you've heard it, you won't listen to it without it ever again, because it really immerses you in the story. Updated special effects. I was always wondering why they didn't do this on the DVD, because they did it with... Sorry, they did do it on the DVD. It was Snake Dance that they didn't do, but they did it for Blu-ray, yeah. So this is over from DVD, but they're really good. And where are we? Deleted and extended scenes. Kind of gives you the story in a new perspective, the behind the sofa course, and the written archive, photo gallery, continuity announcements, and coming soon trailer, etc. The Visitation. So we have got, again, the usual written archive, photo galleries, continuity announcements. You can watch this one with an isolated music soundtrack, which is fantastic. I should have been mentioning, actually, throughout this, most of these stories come with, and in fact, let me just go through, yeah. So, Cast Revolver came with a fantastic new documentary, hosted by Mark Strickson with the original TARDIS crew from the time, the original 4. It's great to go back to the original locations. They talk about the story. It's phenomenal. And I'm trying to think now, they didn't do it for 4 to Doomsday. That was the original one from the DVD, as was the Kinder. But yeah, this is part 2 of it. So this is another exclusive, brand new making of documentary, which is wonderful. And of course, we also get the film trims and studio footage. So again, another chance to watch how these stories came to life the first time round. Then we've got Black Orchid, which again comes with a brand new making of documentary. One of my highlights of this disc is the extended cut of part 1, which is fantastic to watch. It's not massively longer, but I just love watching deleted scenes in context and not just as a special feature. I like to watch an extended cut, because I like to see them in sequence. The making of documentary is great because you get to see Davison playing cricket again and sort of reliving a lot of the highlights of the story. We've got some points of view on there, Blue Peter, continuity announcements. And again, a HD photo gallery and PDF written archive. And there is, of course, an audio archive here, interview with designer Tony Burrow. So again, stuff that maybe, I don't know if it was written CD or not, but certainly I don't think it was on the DVD range. Right, Earthshock. So as I mentioned earlier, this is one where you can watch updated special effects and 5.1 surround sound, which were available before on DVD, but to watch it now also with the film restored to HD, it is just like watching a film, which this story really does deserve. Of course, the making of documentary I found really informative. There was stuff that I didn't know about the making of, which was fantastic. And this, of course, comes alongside the previous documentary, Putting the Shock into Earthshock, featuring a pre-Doctor Who revival, Stephen Moffat. We've got the location film sequences, we've got studio footage, so again, a wonderful chance to go see this story come to life. and then also the usual archival material, spots from television at the time, like Pebble Minute 1, etc., continuity announcements, HD gallery, and PDF written archive. And then the final story of the set, we get a new info text track. We get a new making of documentary, which I really enjoyed. Yeah, I don't think there was one before, so that was great to actually hear a bit more about how the story came together. Deleted and extended scenes, studio footage. Again, you can either view the highlights, I guess, from the DVD, or the longer two-part feature, outtakes, continuity announcements, HD gallery, Peter Grimray audio archive. Again, audio stuff that you can pop on a Blu-ray, maybe stuff that hasn't been widely heard before, and the PDF written archive. And finally, as was classic with these original Blu-ray releases, a bonus disc, which is entirely new stuff, almost entirely. We've got Peter Davison in conversation. A great thing, right? I learned so much about Peter Davison. There's some great anecdotes about conventions he's been to. Time Crash, which of course was his wonderful reappearance in the David Tennant era. The season 19 trailer, which was the first trailer that they released that had some kind of acted element with Shivanka Airlines. Put up to an archive. These are really cool. So it's convention footage from back in the day. This is a 1993 convention with Janet Fielding, Matthew Waterhouse, and Nicholas Courtney, which is a great thing to have, because you're hearing them. Often you get different anecdotes over time from actors, so it's great to hear these kind of pre-DVD interviews. And again, the usual kind of audio archive, TV spots, studio clocks, and then box set trailers for upcoming season 20 stories. And there's a little photograph of them recording some of the new documentaries. But yeah, what do you think? Would you recommend this Blu-ray be purchased by someone who's already got the DVDs? I certainly would. Do let me know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Look forward to speaking to you soon.